My foster parents raised me for 13 years, but when I tried to find my birth family, I discovered why they never legally adopted me. The Davises took me in when I was 5. They told me I was a foster placement, wealthy couple, no kids, perfect match for an abandoned kid like me. While other foster kids bounced between homes, I lived in luxury. Private school, piano lessons, summers at Martha's Vineyard. They never adopted me though. Mrs. Davis always said the paperwork was too complicated, that our arrangement worked perfectly as it was. Everything changed in 7th grade when they pulled me out for homeschooling. Public school was beneath me, they insisted. After that, all my tutors came to the house doctor. Morrison did medical exams in the guest room doctor. Beth handled dental work in the converted study. Everything paid in cash, always. They called me Lucy, though something deep in my mind whispered that wasn't right. When I turned 18, they offered to fund my entire college education if I stayed with them. Mrs. Davis actually cried, calling me family. I accepted immediately. Where else would I go? By then I had no friends left. The Davises had labeled them all bad influences before pulling me from school. They monitored my internet for predators, checked my phone for inappropriate content. Normal protective parent stuff, I told myself. Junior year, I needed to write an essay about overcoming adversity. I mentioned wanting to research my birth parents, just to understand why they gave me up. Mrs. Davis's coffee mug shattered against the marble floor. She hissed that those people were dead, overdosed when I was 4, and they'd protected me from that ugly truth. I started to point out that I was 5 when I arrived, but Mr. Davis cut me off. Trauma distorts memory, he explained. My case file was sealed to protect me from those monsters. When I asked to see any documentation, he stood up slowly and delivered his threat. They'd given me everything, and if I pursued this delusion, they'd reconsider my college funding. I was 20 now, not their responsibility anymore. I dropped it immediately, but memories kept surfacing. Yellow walls with dinosaur stickers, a woman singing while braiding my hair. Whenever I mentioned these images, Mrs. Davis would insist they were trauma-induced fantasies. Her hands shook every single time. Then my online tutoring friend mentioned taking an ancestry DNA test for fun. I started saving money from my Zoom tutoring sessions and had the kit sent to her address. We secretly met up, and 6 weeks later, an email changed everything. I had a half-sister match named Georgia, and her message made my legs give out. She called me Hannah and asked if it was really me. Said I looked exactly like the age progression photos, that mom and dad never stopped searching after I vanished from a campground at age 3. They'd been looking for 17 years. Hannah. The name hit me like lightning, bringing a flood of real memories. The singing woman was our mother. None of it was fantasy. I video called them from my friend's house. My birth parents sobbed on screen, calling me Mija, their baby, saying they always knew I was alive. They told me everything. We'd been camping at Yosemite. I was playing by the picnic table while they packed the car. When they turned around, I was gone. Rangers found my shoe by the river and assumed I'd been swept away. Case closed. I started telling them about the foster system placing me, but my mother's face went white. She asked what foster system. What was I talking about? I was never in foster care. Someone had taken me. 13 years of lies crumbled in seconds. The cash payments, homeschooling, family friend doctors, all of it made sense now. No adoption papers because there couldn't be any. No real social worker because I wasn't actually a foster child. Georgia suddenly asked what they called me. When I said Lucy, she gasped. That was my stuffed elephant's name, the toy I'd carried everywhere. I still had it. The Davises had said it came with me from my previous placement. That night I confronted them, told them I knew about Yosemite, knew what they'd done. Mrs. Davis went white while Mr. Davis stood up in that threatening way he had. He tried insisting I was confused, but I screamed that my name was Hannah and they'd stolen me. They looked at each other, having an entire conversation in that glance. Then Mrs. Davis calmly told me to pack my things. Things only got crazier from there. I left the rest in the link below.